All right, guys. No wind. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to East Tennessee. And as you can see, we are in the most beautiful, or one of the most beautiful areas of Tennessee. I haven't had too much going on this summer when it comes to flying. I've been up doing some flying here and there, but when I got back from New Mexico, I had a couple of family trips and just dealing with summer projects and all that kind of stuff. Well, my buddy Ben and Mitch and I decided to camp out at this campsite. If you look down here, there's an adjacent airport, a very small little airport that runs just alongside this campground. And we talked to the property owner. He said that's fine, we can fly out of there. So we've had some pretty good flights so far. It's been raining during the day, mornings, but we've been able to fly between raindrops, basically. Well, tonight is my last night here. So Ben and I came up with this little mini adventure. We thought, hey, what if we fly over the mountains? It's about 4 miles over the mountains to this little town. There's a great LZ area, and we're going to land there, walk over to the restaurant, grab something to eat, and then fly back. It's not totally dangerous or anything. There's a couple of LZ options along the way, but it still is a little bit intimidating going that far into the mountains. There's obviously a lot of tree coverage. You can see out here, very dense trees. But anyway, the winds are great tonight. We've got like 1 mile an hour wind. If I go up another couple thousand feet, it might jump up to 4 or 5. But honestly, for what I need, this is a perfect condition, perfect altitude. Let's do it. Let's get over the mountains and see what we can come up with. So we're taking the Dudek Drift Air on this adventure for a couple of reasons. One, it's my faster wing, so I can get over this quicker. And two, this wing has such an amazing glide ratio. If I do have a motor issue, I can get over the tops of a lot of things that I couldn't with my Spider or the Sirocco. So Ben elected not to do this adventure with me. I think it's just the distance we have to travel with minimal LZ options. I totally understand his hesitancy. I've done a few more, I don't know if you want to call it risky things. I feel a little bit more confident in my flying skills and my ability to navigate this channel here and deal with any maybe turbulence or rotor coming off of these mountains. So I'll be doing this one solo. Wish he could have came with me, but I totally understand and respect his decision to hang back. Ben is a perfect example of what all pilots need to be. You need to recognize your limitations, and if you don't feel comfortable doing something that the other guys you're flying with are doing, don't worry about it. It's not about being a man. It's not about trying to prove yourself. It's about flying within the threshold of safety and comfort for yourself. And that's what keeps us safe as pilots. The air up here is amazing, though. I've got no turbulence, no nothing, despite traveling. I mean, if there was any wind, obviously I'd be feeling it right now, but it is perfect. So taking on an adventure like this, it's very important to know your equipment, know your capabilities of your wing, and yourself, of course. If you look around, we've got a couple of LZ options. These couple of fields right here, they don't look very big on camera, but those are pretty good sized LZ options. Right behind me, we just flew over a couple. The next one is way up there. But I feel so confident in this Dudek wing, I bet I could literally glide from this point all the way to that field. And that's just knowing your equipment and knowing its capability. We're going 37 miles an hour and I'm trimmed all the wind, so I think I've got just a slight tailwind behind me, maybe 6-7 miles an hour. So there's a couple of eating options down here. I'm kind of thinking Taco Bell sounds kind of good. Now this big spot that I'm landing in is, I don't know what it is. It's just a huge parking lot. So maybe there used to be a structure there or something, I'm not sure. But more than enough room for what I need. So a few more bumps in this area. Nothing difficult or anything. You know, we're looking at a 1 to 2 mile an hour wind. And anytime you've got big objects like mountains, it's probably going to cause a little bit of rotor, but all it does is move you around. It doesn't put any stress on the wing. It doesn't put us in a high risk situation. It just moves you around. Be nice even if somebody had a fire going or a smokestack, or there is nothing over here. I swear I saw an American, oh there it is, yeah. There are a couple American flags and they are just not moving at all. So I can pretty much put this thing down wherever I want, I guess, at this point. I try to keep it on that gravel because I don't want to get my wing wet. Perfect. Yes, there's just a little bit of wind here. Well guys, the flight over the mountain was nothing crazy at all. It's kind of one of those things where it seems like a bigger deal than it actually is. You know, by the time I even thought about it, I'm halfway across. So landing was super easy. Takeoff, we'll see what that's like. Looks like the flag was moving a little bit, so it's hard to say what the wind is going to be like in this valley. Might be a little bit of a channel here, but I'm not overly worried about it. I've got so much space to work with. So I'm kind of thinking a little Taco Bell sounds kind of good. So let's do that. Well guys, that was pretty uneventful. It looks really cool when you fly to a restaurant on video, but when you do it, it's just kind of cool, I guess. So anyway, let's get back to the LZ. All right, let's get loaded up. Well guys, I spoke too soon. There is some excitement. On my launch, I end up kicking a rock into my prop. Smoking it pretty good. I did have a little duct tape. I thought maybe I could fix it enough to at least get me up in the air, but it just wasn't creating enough thrust and it wasn't worth it. I gotta climb over these mountains. So Ben is gonna come pick me up. I'm not too concerned about the prop. That happens. It's more of cutting an adventure short. You know, the whole excitement was landing here, getting some food, flying back home, and I only got halfway.
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'm awesome.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, it was the adventure just got cut a little short. That's all. Wing came up, so I'm just about to sit, and my foot went like this, and I heard bam, and I just kicked a rock right into it.
Okay.
So I tried putting some tape on it, thinking, well, maybe I could get it enough, but
And what happened? Did you feel it vibrate when you powered up?
yeah.
Or
So
did you try to launch?
I went up about 20 feet,
Yep.
and then I could hear it, and I'm like, if I didn't have to go over the mountains,
Yeah.
I probably would have committed to it. But and then after this was just felt too unbalanced. It wasn't worth trying. So.
Yeah.